and Sussex prisoners' families have gone into a bit of partnership really. So we've been able to be lucky enough to book into a couple of schools across Sussex. The whole reason we're doing that is to manage to reach as many young people as possible, and the kind of subjects that I cover when we're in these workshops are stuff that we see, or I feel that young people have in the community that's challenging for them at this moment in time. The reason why I like to target schools for doing this is because schools is the best place to catch them. When you're trying to catch them out in the community, you struggle to get their attention, as to say, whether in a school you've got them all in one spot at one time. Some of the sessions that we've been covering have been some of which have been H&P reality, and what's it like when you actually go to prison? What is it that's expected when you go there? Something as simple as your parents are buying the shopping for you, and you can go to the fridge and the cupboards and help yourself to food, but actually when you go into prison you have to now do this for yourself. We go through sheets of paper that's just similar to like a shopping list, and you have to pick certain things off that list that you feel that you could survive on throughout that week, but you only have a certain amount of money to spend. That shocks them, and they're always shocked every time they do these sessions. We also cover stuff around bullying and the risks to what bullying can cause for somebody's mental health, and we go through the suicide rate for young people, and kind of open up their eyes that words and the way people are treated does affect people, and it affects people's mental health. So I try to raise the awareness around that as well. We also cover stuff around knife crime, so I do knife crime sessions with the kids. I tell them about the dangers, I get them to share with me what they feel the dangers are, and we look at why young people carry knives. We look at sentencing plans of somebody that actually takes somebody's life from a knife, but also carrying the knives and what that can imitate through the criminal justice system. Within that, we cover sessions on county lines, gangs, exploitation, and looking at that lifestyle and what the risk brings to not only them, but also the community and their family, and where that life will end up leading, which is 9 times out of 10 is going to be either prison, death, or it's going to be in another town because their families have had to move and been uprooted through witness protection. Following on from that, we would then do a real impact story on knife crime, and we have a family member that comes in with me that recently lost his child, and he talks about the impact that losing his child has had on his family and his whole life through a 3-second incident that's now left his child, he's passed away and he's no longer with him. Throughout that, he's now got PTSD for himself. He's lost his job where he was a very good businessman, and he was able to provide for his family. Now he can't. Now he set up his own charity so he can go out and raise this awareness to young people to show the impact that it has on family members when somebody does choose to take a knife out, and the impact that actually has is just devastating. The final session that we do, we follow throughout all the sessions that we've actually covered over them 5 weeks, and we do bleed control training. The reason why I want to do bleed control training with young people, the reason why I do bleed control training with young people is because young people are the ones at the moment that are most at risk to being around an incident such as knife crime, somebody getting stabbed. And if we are able to show young people how to stem a bleed, pack a bleed, or use a tourniquet, potentially they could be in the vicinity at the time where one of their friends could be actually physically hurt from them doing this training course. They will be able to save their friend's life until the ambulance service arrives. So I think it's really important, which is why we've added this to our workshops at the final session. So it's been great being able to do the partnership that we've been doing with Sussex prisoners' families, and we hope to